So today is Friday. It's my last full day in Minnesota. I get the train out of here at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So I was like, I actually need to cross the river. I think it's a river that separates them, and go to Minneapolis and go to the Mall of America, which I believe is the largest mall in the world. Anyway, I just get over there because I can't be asked to figure out public transport. And get there, and I know it's going to be big, right? Because I watched videos of things to do in Minneapolis, St. Paul before I came here. I would suggest if you want to visit, you look at those ones too, because they talk about like 10 to 20 things that you should do while you're here. My videos are not those videos. My videos are like, I did a thing and I had a feeling. So if you want like the skinny on what to do in places, watch those videos. Anyway, get there, and I go, the first store I go in, and there's an aquarium. It's like a sea life aquarium. You go downstairs and there's a full-on aquarium there. And I'm like, Jesus, I just got in the door. Anyway, then I go, walk in a bit further, and there's like a musician playing, a country artist is playing on the stage because it's a spring music festival. And he's playing, and you know, I'm like, oh yeah, this is happening.
Country music singers, Puerto Rico's family, they leave some. See, like, the next thing I see is the Nickelodeon amusement park that is completely inside. I knew it was inside, and I knew there was an amusement park inside, but knowing a thing and seeing a thing, that's two different things. Anyway, I just stop and I stare at it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, right? And then I'm just walking down, like, because the whole roof of it is like glass. I'm like, and there's all these different like roller coasters going on overhead, and there's all these huge towers of like Nickelodeon characters. It's enormous, right? And I'm walking along like this full-on slack-jawed yokel, right? Like my mouth is open and I'm staring at the sky. Like I've never seen such a thing. But to be fair, I never have. Like I've been to Disneyland, right? Disneyland is different. Firstly, it's outside. It's what you expect it to be outside. This is all inside. It's insane. And it's so comfortable in there. I was just wearing a t-shirt because I knew I was going to be inside the whole time. I'm like, I'm not carrying around a jumper. Anyway, I think I haven't had lunch yet. I'm going to go to the Malibu Barbie Cafe and get some Barbie food. Anyway, it's closed down, so I didn't go there. But it doesn't matter because then I see the Lego shop. Holy shit, right? Like it is... the shop itself is probably about the same size as the one in Adelaide, a little bit bigger inside, like the actual, but the footprint of it inside is probably about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger. But the brick wall at the back, like, you know, you've got to pick a brick, is huge. I mean, it's not all usable, obviously. You can't go up like a level and a half and pick out a handful of bricks. But oh yeah, I'll tell you this, one thing in Adelaide is better value. You know, the tubs you get in Adelaide, I think, are a better value. But they didn't get a tub. I was very controlled. But even before you even go into the shop, the builds on the roof of it are out of control. There's like a dragon, a transformer, a helicopter, some like minifig cops, a tiger. Is it a tiger? Oh man, they're so big. You know, in the one in Adelaide, there's a giant minifig, right? It's about the size of a person. You're like, you see it, you're like, you know, the one on the bike, and you're like, oh, this is pretty cool. The first time you go in the shop, obviously you get a photo with it because like, this is pretty cool. Or you, man, imagine that, but like 2 of them hanging from a helicopter, hanging from the roof. Oh, it was unbelievable. I just stopped and said again, like slack-jawed yokel. Like, I had never seen such a thing, but I had never seen such a thing. Anyway, the Transformer though was so big. It was like a mech figure with a minifig inside it, right? That was the scale of it. That was crazy. I was just like, oh my God, who made this? Who did this? Anyway, but before I go and have a proper look in the shop, I think I need to have some lunch because I'm pretty hungry. It's like 2 o'clock at this stage and I haven't really eaten for the day. So I see there's a food court upstairs, and as I start going up there, I see there's a sign for a Hooters. And I was like, excellent. I've never been to a Hooters, right? And I've always wanted to go to a Hooters. And I was like, I feel like chicken. And I did feel like chicken, and obviously Hooters. So I'm going to find, it takes me a while to find it, to be honest. Go up and down a few times, look around, almost give up, and then finally see a sign pointing to it. So I go and I get Hooters. Yeah, and I get a drink, right? Obviously, I get a coffee because I haven't had a coffee yet. And I say to her, can I have it with milk though? I don't like cream and I don't want creamer. And she was like, yeah, but we've got like 2% milk. Is that alright? Otherwise there's like a sweetener or something. I'm like, no, 2% milk is fine. That's perfect. Anyway, then she brings it out to me, and it's a mug of coffee, and it's a little, like a pop top, not a pop top, but like a pop top of milk, so that I can add it to my coffee. Because Hooters is, even though it's Hooters, it's like a family restaurant, right? I saw families in there celebrating a birthday, and when I got my bill at the end of the meal, it said on there coffee, and then the charge for the coffee, and then kids drink, because my milk for my coffee was a kids drink. Anyway, that's just a little tip if you're heading stateside at some point, that sometimes they will have milk available to just give you milk, but that's actually the second time that I've bought a little mini carton of milk to accompany my coffee. So she recommended to me wings, because obviously they're known for wings, but if I wanted seafood, I was like, not here for seafood. Look, to be honest as well, I don't really like to eat wings in public. I feel like wings are a home food, but whatever, I'm never going to see these people again, who cares? But I did get the wings and tenders platter, because also it came with Texas toast, and I've never had Texas toast, so I wanted to try that. Anyway, so it's funny when you get your bill and it gives you, the recommended gratuities, and one of the categories is for if I think the service was hooterific. So anyway, I tipped hooterific. She was a very good attendant. She was attentive without being annoying or over the top. And also, just to be very clear, obviously I do not have a problem with the concept of Hooters. I believe in body autonomy, and if a person wants to work in Hooters, they can. And if people want to go to the Hooters, obviously they can. And anyway, now I've been to Hooters. So after I go to Hooters, I've probably said that enough times, Hooters enough times now. Anyway, I go back to the Lego shop and have a thing. It's time for a little look around here, see what sets they've got, see how different they are, also see what the pricing is like. Knowing full well I can't really buy anything, obviously. I'm going to be pushing shit uphill to get everything I've already bought back into my suitcase. But I can't leave without buying anything, so I buy some minifigs.
know if you can see that there, like that. Nah, that's all shit. I'll tell you, I got ones that had different accessories to what I've seen in Australia. You can assemble your own minifig. So I got one with an orange mohawk, because if you don't know this, I had an orange mohawk last year. A unicorn-headed person with flaming black hair, and also a pirate hat with a good wig. But I got a bow, an arrow for one accessory, a boombox for another one, and then wings, because I don't have any of those in my collection at home. Anyway, so yeah, that was my little Lego treat. Because apparently taking myself on a month-long holiday isn't a big enough treat. I have to buy myself treats every day. So anyway, it was a nice shop. And when I was talking to the guy, he's like, "Are you a member?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "You interested in becoming one?" I'm like, "I'm not from around here." And then he was like, "That doesn't matter though. You don't have to be." I'm like, "No, but I'm a member in Australia." And he was like, "Okay." "Wait, did you say Australia?" He's like, "I think that it will work. So if you just start putting in your email address that you use, it will connect up to your account. I think they're international." Anyway, they were. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "Oh, I just come to watch the hockey." And he's like, "The NHL or college?" I was like, "The NHL, because the Frozen Four is going to be playing here next weekend." I was like, "No, just come for the NHL." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you go to the game last night?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "It wasn't a great game, was it?" He's like, "The Wild really got," he didn't say get pumped. He's like, "The Wild really lost," something like that. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't mind. I was going for the Avs." And then he was like, "I don't like you anymore." Anyway, it was funny because then they're like, "How long does it take to get here?" And I was like, "This one wasn't too bad. It was about 21 hours. And he's like, not too bad, 21 hours. And I was like, "Mate, the game last year was 31. So this year, this is an improvement for sure." And the other guy, he's like, "I'm 6'6". He's like, "I can't do 21 hours. He's like, "The leg room, even with extra leg room, kills me." And I was like, "I don't have a problem with leg room. My legs short enough that it doesn't impact me." But anyway, it's just funny because, you know, it's just funny the little interactions you have with people, right? I was talking to a guy yesterday, and you know, he's like, "Are you from England?" I was like, No, Australian." He's like, "Oh, sorry." I was like, No, it's fine." Anyway, we were just talking. He's like, "Oh, it's a really nice accent." And I was like, "I don't know. I hear it all the time. It doesn't really sound that great to me." And I said to him how I'd come to Minnesota hoping to hear Minnesota accents. I haven't heard any of the ones that I wanted to hear, you know, like the Fargo ones. And he's like, he said that to me, he's like, "Fargo?" And I was like, "Yeah, I haven't heard any of that." He's like, "Yeah, I don't hear it either." So anyway, we were just talking. He was like, "It is a very nice accent." He's like, "I could just put you in my room and you could just talk, and then it would be very soothing and I would just go right off to sleep." And I was like, "First of all, 100% you go right off to sleep, because you would be like, oh, you shut the fuck up. When are you going to be quiet?" Won't be soothing, mate. I can promise you that. I'll drive you mental." Anyway, so what else did I do there? Yeah, I walked around the amusement park a little bit. I went to the Lego shop. I went to the Nickelodeon shop. I went to the crayon. There's a Crayola Experience shop. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Do you mean Crayola, like the crayons? Oh yeah, 100% I do. Anyway, there's you can become a member there, and then there's all these things you can do. Like, I didn't do them obviously, but there's this workshop thing that you can go into and do stuff. There's also like a pick-a-brick, but it's pick a crayon, where you can pick your own box out and then put in all the crayons you want. And then there's this other part of it where it's got all different coloured skin tones. If you grew up when I did, you will know there was no such thing as a Crayola skin tone. It was there was one, and didn't look like my skin. But now there's Crayolas that look like everyone's skin. Really runs the whole gamut, which I think is really so nice. Yeah, but it's
It's so strange, hey, to think of a whole shop and experience that relates to Crayola. Anyway, it was pretty good. It was, I don't know what else I did in that shop. I wanted to go shopping. I wanted to buy another jumper. Because I think I said this before, I took my hoodie out of my bag at the last minute, my second hoodie, and I've only got one. I actually really wanted like a loose, longer one that I've got. The one that I've got is, it's not cropped, but it sits right at my waist or just under my waist. And I was like, I really would like a looser, longer jumper than what I've got here. But anyway, the shop was so big. I didn't know where to shop. I was like, I don't know what to do in here. It was so big. Anyway, again, you can watch other people's videos where they talk about it. I think I watched one guy where he said you could spend, if you went there for the days that it's open at a long time, say from 9 to 9, there's so many shops and places and arcades, because again, they've got like another big M&M shop as well. You could only spend 2 minutes in every shop across the whole day. Mate, so I was like, I don't even know where to look for a jumper. I don't know how anything works. But then I just sat down and watched another guy that was playing on the stage. You need to go home and pack your bag because you have to leave the hotel by 7 o'clock tomorrow. And guess what? It is 11:30 and I haven't packed still, even though I know it's going to take me at least an hour of creative packing. Yeah, so you've got to get all of this back in here, and some new, not all back in, and then this this back in my backpack. So fuck, also some sneakers. I did get it done. Almost. Those jerseys didn't, there was no way they were going in my backpack. Is like at absolute capacity. The good thing is that even though my bag should at this stage be absolutely bursting at the seams, I do have another bag in there, a duffel bag, that I can pull out and split my stuff across both bags. I was hoping not to do that until I got to maybe Chicago, because I'm flying, where I'm flying, who I'm flying with, like a lot of them will give you two bags at 23 kilos. I won't need 46 kilos worth of stuff. It's not going to get, it's not even going to get close to that. It might get up to about 25, 26. I think when I boarded I was under 20. So it's not going to, it won't get anywhere near like that 2 times 23. But it's really, sometimes it's just the volume. And because I've got four jerseys now, soon to be 5, and I don't know what I'm going to buy when I get to the Bulls game. So having that extra bag in there is helpful, but I was hoping I wouldn't need to crank it out this early. But if I do, I do, right? I'm just going to be walking through the Skyway again back to the train station. It'll be fine, but anyway. It's not a bad tip if you're like me and you know you're going to buy some things. If you can buy a lightweight bag that is also durable enough to withstand travel, like flight travel. You know, and sometimes people take those blue and white and red bags, but mate, I wouldn't trust them not to burst open. But mine's it's an overnight bag. But anyway, so this is it from Minnesota. I'll be on the train tomorrow, and the next time we talk I'll be in Chicago. Alright, love you, miss you, bye.